Women nowadays don't know how to do some basic skills. They halfway can't get around without GPS or Google Maps. So
y'all can't weld.
So the issue is not so much that it's a lack of resources. I think that what's happening is that women have been carrying on their value and kind of burned out their credibility.
Change a tire.
The part of this conversation that first of all, I just want to say out loud, thank you everybody on the panel for agreeing with me. But the next thing I do want to say is that the part of the conversation that is being missed is that the currency was always men having wealth or being able to provide, women being beautiful and fertile. This is the patriarchy. That was always the exchange. What is happening right now is women are still beautiful and fertile, but less men can provide. So that is why now we're having these conversations where women are being gaslit into thinking that they are somehow not qualifying for these men when they always have and they always will. Women will always be valuable. Women give life. There is no way that a woman would not be valuable, right? Like, she just is. A woman brightens a room. She turns a house into a home, according to all these are all talking points that I hear men say, right? A woman is born with her value. A man has to earn his value. All of these things. What we're not acknowledging is women are still beautiful and fertile. Less men can provide. That is why so much of these conversations are happening, because quite literally what y'all are doing is trying to neg women into thinking we're less beautiful and less valuable so y'all can qualify for us, because there's less men who can. So these conversations, like this whole who's more delusional, y'all are delusional because you are trying to uphold a system that you're crushing under, that you're failing in, that you cannot sustain. And so you're trying to gaslight and neg women into believing that we are somehow less valuable in currency when our beauty and our fertility is still where it needs to be. But y'all need to get your money up.
You left out chastity.
Thank you, Mont. Thank you. Things were said, whether
beautiful and fertile. That's it.
Yeah, I think what was said, and it has some validity. Let me explain. Yeah. Let me explain. I was thinking about this the other day, so that's why it's interesting that you brought that up, right? Basically, the conversations are occurring because I don't think it's a lack of resources. I disagree with that point. I think the problem has become is that there's this illusion that women are actually valuable. I heard men say this on a panel the other day. Women are they just are. That's a lie. Women have always been functional beings. What you used to get from a woman was a woman who could sew, a woman who knew how to carve meat, a woman who knew how to actually create. Women nowadays don't know how to do some basic skills. They halfway can't get around without GPS or Google Maps. So
y'all can't weld.
So the issue is not so much that it's a lack of resources. I think that what's happening is that women have been carrying on their value and kind of burned out their credibility.
Change a tire.
Hold on, wait, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Listen. I'm gonna give everybody a chance to respond, but just let them finish this thought. I know the temperature's rising, but let them rock out. We got y'all. We're gonna give y'all a chance.
I'm here to have a conversation. Yeah, thanks, Trev. I'm here to have a conversation because we can go back and forth on the modern advances that men have provided in order for both male and females to have the luxury of life that we have. But the argument still is going to be that, well, if you are valuable, current day, I would challenge that. What beauty does not make you valuable? I'm sorry. Beauty gets you in the door. Beauty opens up the opportunity for you to potentially be vetted and picked. What got you picked was your functionality. What got you picked is the fact that you knew your daddy and you actually had a family. That's what got you picked. That's not current day. Most women don't wear their natural hair. Most women are not virgins. Most of these heifers are overweight. Most of them are not that intellectual as they try to claim that they are. So the issue really is that you're demanding that men continue to function and buy a product that's bad. It doesn't have very much of a fair exchange. And I think that's what's occurring more often than not. Then I'll add.
So the pronunciation is overweight, not overweight. And the pronunciation is precedence, not presidents.
I know how to speak. I know how to speak,
no,
man. I don't need your
I
help.
think you're a little bit frazzled. True.
No, I'm not frazzled at all. I don't need your help. I don't need your help.
The false table.
I don't need your help. I really don't. I'm glad you like to talk to me, but I don't need your help. No, I really don't. You said moments ago that you aren't the one that sets the actual, the landscape for being picked. Yeah. This is what you said. Yeah, I agree with you. So you should just relax. I mean, I don't need you to correct me. That's it. I'm not in school.
I'm still gonna correct you. It's not a matter of being picked. This is not a dating show.
No, Trent, I'm aware. You wouldn't qualify at all under no metric.
No. So pretty. Real quick. Did you have anything on? You had anything on his specific points that he made, or no?
I did, but then I stopped listening. Oh, yes, I did. Okay, so here's what I have. So I love when you talk about men providing to where men and women do not have to do the things. But here's what you missed. You're saying women are doing less manual labor. Men are also doing less manual labor. There's quite literally, when we're talking about in the trades, the trade industry right now is begging for men to come and be qualified and certified to work in trade. And men are sitting at home online arguing about we're forgers and we're hunters and gatherers. And you're here.
That's instead not of what I said.
No, one second. You're here instead of out there forging and welding and chopping wood and doing all the things that y'all are supposed to be doing. So why in God's green earth, if you just said men have put us in a position where nobody knows how to do anything manually anymore, are you going to look at women and say our value is lowered? I would say that both of our value from a manual labor perspective has lowered, both men and women. And so my point still stands to where what I am saying is we are still beautiful and fertile. Y'all are not providing. So that's what I'm trying to say to you. Here's where we were at, according to you. Manual labor, beautiful, sewing, welding, all the things. Men brought us down here because they created modern technology to where nobody knows how to do anything by hand no more. But we are still beautiful and fertile. Capitalism brought y'all down here.
Who's we?
So we.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
1 second. No, let me clarify because apparently y'all want a dogpile. We meaning me as a woman, beautiful. Okay, so I know that it grinds your gears to hear me say that, Mont. But I'm talking about me and other beautiful women. That's what I'm talking about, boo. Okay.
Well, I was challenging your point when you said I never said anything about manual labor and there being an exchange. That's not what I said. What I said is that women used to actually provide a function, and that still stands true. Mont said chastity, which I agree with. It's not about manual labor. I said that technology has afforded men and women alike benefits, a different level of lifestyle. That's kind of hard to argue. So it's not about changing tires or going to chop trees. That's not the argument. The argument is that at a time when a man acquired a woman, he actually got something from her past the way she looked. Women of today do not provide those same functions. They don't even provide, a non-traumatized perspective, because by the time you get them, they've had so many sexual experiences. They've done everything under the sun or whatever it may be. And that just stands to be true. So this whole, you made a notion about women just are. What are they exactly? Like, I don't agree with that. I think that what we need to do is come to the table and be, honest and see what it is that both parties are going to provide moving forward. Because what women are providing as far as their existence is just not cutting it. And if you agree that men are not doing it adequately financially, that's your opinion. And I'll land.